Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining me on this first episode of 2025, aptly called Trends for 2025. It is hard to believe that another year has gone by. So, I wanted to look at what we can look forward to for our pets in 2025 and things we may want to put on our list of things to do. 2025, here we come. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Val Talks Pets, the forum for pet parents and enthusiasts alike. Having been in the pet industry for over 10 years now, I'm going to share with you issues and questions that arise as I work with pet parents on a day-to-day basis. I am not a veterinarian, but I do have certifications in canine, feline, small animal, fish and herptile, and avian health and nutrition from the University of California, Davis Extension. More than likely, you have noticed some of these trends entering your favorite pet specialty store throughout the last year and even before. But 2025 is trending for many of these to really ramp up, and some are new. In no particular order, I'll start with the increase in pet supplements. I really like this trend, as it means that pet parents are really embracing the benefit of having their dog on a probiotic or fish oil, vitamins, hip and joint care, allergy relief that is not a drug. The rise of openness towards seeing the benefit of supplements makes me really excited as I get to have some really meaningful conversations with pet parents. When I get to drill down with a pet parent to figure out a reason for itching or ear infections or allergies, using principles from the holistic toolbox, it's such an amazing journey. Then we can look at things that will help the pet, allowing its body to utilize natural ingredients instead of filling them up with drugs, and then dealing with the adverse effects from being on drugs. As with all health care, we know that there is a time and place where pharmaceuticals is absolutely needed. But it is nice to know that there are alternatives, and it's nice to know that this is an increasing trend. On the heel of the increase in natural supplements, there is also an increase in holistic pet health and wellness. Now, of course, natural supplements fall into this, but widening the scope here means that pet parents are now open to incorporating alternative therapies as well. According to awaysomearticle.com, in addition to diet, holistic wellness includes pet supplements, alternative therapies like acupuncture and massage, and stress-reducing techniques such as aromatherapy. I've noticed quite an increase in YouTube videos on how to massage your dog, for example. Aromatherapy is also a great way to deal with stress, but I would suggest consulting a certified aromatherapist to make sure nothing toxic is being used or the method being used is not toxic. The article from awaysomearticle.com does mention that CBD products for pets is part of this trend. But I'll be honest, I have noticed a huge decline in the use and the quest for CBD for pets. Before COVID, that's all I heard. But now, I actually can't remember when I last was asked about CBD. Where I am, pet retailers are not allowed to sell CBD oil for pets, although many do, and just risk the consequences. But as I said, personally, I have found this one to have declined drastically. However, a pet's mental health is definitely more at the forefront and is an increasing trend for 2025. For this reason, there is a rise in mental stimulation products, and this also means that technology is increasing in the pet world. In order to stimulate our pets and have them feel more relaxed, home alone, more tech products are coming out and are gaining popularity. Smart pet cameras, for example, allow the pet parent to watch their pet at home, and many have two-way audio, which allows you to hear your pet, but also allows you to talk to your pet. Other devices allow you to do all that and shoot out treats on a timer or when you feel it's time. Apart from the tech devices, there are also interactive puzzles that a dog has to figure out the puzzle in order to get the hidden treats. There are these types of puzzles as well for cats. Even the lick mats and snuffle balls are designed to stimulate a dog or cat and keep them busy. The idea of keeping a pet stimulated through other methods other than a bone is a really increasing trend. Tech increasing into the pet world also means that there are more devices available to pet parents. GPS trackers, health apps, or even devices that monitor a pet's activity and can detect signs of early illness. Even with cats, the technology has expanded to robotic litters that not only clean everything, but monitor how often your cat goes to the litter and let you know via the app. Quite something, really. Pets' wellness in general is an increasing trend. Not only are pet parents concerned about their pet's mental health, but also their overall health. The rise of supplements, as I discussed, is part of this, but also things like pets going for massages for, yes, calming, but also for well-being, and especially for aging dogs and cats. The dedication I see with pet parents attending to their pets' nails monthly is also an indicator. The rise of pet facilities for physiotherapy and hydrotherapy shows how pet wellness is becoming quite the thing. A new facility opened in a town near me that is dedicated specifically to physiotherapy and water therapy and massage and chiropractic, etc., all with exceptionally trained professionals. A facility like this would never have been successful 10 years ago. So keeping with this area of trending, also on the rise is the concern and care pet parents are now dedicated to with oral care for their pets. At one time, no one in a million years brushed their dog's teeth. But now the understanding of secondary health issues stemming from oral issues is there. Not to mention the incredibly expensive vet bills when teeth are concerned. Many pet parents are embracing teeth cleaning for their pets using companies like Kissable Canine Care, the first in Ontario to provide the service. Oral care for pets has been definitely trending upwards for a while now and is set to increase in even more so in 2025. For this reason, I would also caution that although using teeth cleaning services for pets is a major saving and a much easier process for your pet, make sure the service has been around for a while and the technicians are all fully trained. With the trending of holistic care for pets on the rise, the next trend is the expansion of what is being covered by pet insurance. In 2025, we should start to see the inclusion of some of these treatments covered by pet insurance. If human insurance can cover dental and massages and chiropractic, it stands that as the humanization of pets increases, pet insurance companies are going to respond in order to entice more clients. The other thing, as awaysomearticle.com points out, that in 2025, pet insurance providers are becoming more flexible, offering a wider range of plans that cover everything from routine checkup to major surgery. There's also a growing awareness around pet insurance for preventive care, which can include vaccinations, dental cleanings, and wellness exams. We'll likely see further innovations in the pet insurance space with policies that are more affordable, customizable, and accessible to a broader range of pet owners. This will enable more people to protect their pets without the financial stress of unexpected medical bills. Another trend that I think we've been seeing rise year after year is the idea of more natural food for pets and the venture into more niche foods like freeze-dried and raw. The raw trend has been rising exponentially for years now and shows no signs of slowing down in 2025. The rise of freeze-dried food allows for an alternative diet for a pet and convenience for a pet parent for traveling and storing. Freeze-dried isn't for every pet, but it is on the rise. The data for raw over the next year also shows a significant rise in sales. Personally, I have noticed a lot more cat parents have switched their cats to raw. Again, it's not for everyone, but there is a significant rise in this area forecasted for 2025. In terms of natural foods, like raw, for example, pet parents are also concerned about what is in kibble and treats. I see a lot more pet parents reading the labels and asking questions. Thank goodness! Isn't that what I always say? Getting in the know takes some time, but the trend is that pet parents are interested and committed to get in the know. And it is not just the ingredient list pet parents are interested in. They also want to know how the ingredients are sourced and how sustainable are the ingredients. This leads to the next trend. Pet parents are trending upward to looking for more eco-conscious products. Let's talk cat litter for a second. Clay litter is incredibly destructive to the environment. Access my episode on the scoop on cat litter. It's an eye-opener. Pet parents are now thinking about alternative sources of cat litter that is sustainable and biodegradable. Yes, it is usually a bit more expensive, but I find it lasts longer and I don't have to worry about the dust and the impact on landfill. This eco-consciousness is now fanning out to other products like food and other products like poop bags and toys that are made from recycled water bottles or bamboo products or coffee wood. Hopefully, 2025 will really see a good rise in this trend towards eco-friendly pet products. The next trend is something that I would say really is trending upward, and that is friendly pet travel. More and more pet parents are traveling with their pets. This means that airlines, hotels, Airbnbs are going to have to up their game. If you access my episode on traveling with your pet, you will see that traveling with your pet can have some challenges. For example, many hotels list themselves as pet friendly, but when you read the fine print, that means that only dogs under 30 pounds. What does that got to do with anything? A 20-pound dog can be just as destructive and ill-mannered as an 80-pound dog. And an 80-pound dog can be just as well-mannered and well-behaved as any 20-pound dog. Airlines are going to have to be much more diligent and friendly with pets coming on board or in the hold, allowing special concessions to people traveling with a pet because it is going to be on the rise. AwaySomeArticle.com states, expect to see more companies and services catering to pet-friendly travel, making it easier for people to bring their pets along on their vacations and adventures. For those of us who see our pets as part of the family, this is a trend that's long overdue. I agree. And this also means that some restaurants and pubs, UK exempted, will also have to get with the program. My husband and I went overnight to a trendy area 2 hours from us. The hotel does have pet-friendly rooms that specifically have outside access. We've never taken Tundra, but as we were walking along, one of the restaurants had a sign that said, pet friendly. We both noticed that immediately. And I said, hey, if there's a restaurant that we can go to with the dog, maybe next year we will bring him. I think as long as it is posted that the pub or restaurant reserves the right to ask an unruly dog to leave, things should go well. Anyway, ask all the pub owners in the UK how they do it. It seems not to have been a problem. All right, and one last trend is grief management with pet parents who have lost their pets. This is definitely trending as the topic is now really coming to the forefront that people who lose a pet are stricken with grief as much as when a loved one is lost. There are now grief counselors that specialize in pet bereavement. And my whole interview with Erica Sinner was about this topic and the book she has written on this and her quest to get policies in place within businesses to help employees who are in this state of grief. This is a real trend, and it is a good one. So, there you have some of the highlights of the pet trends for 2025. What trends do I want to see? Well, I'm for all of them, but I really want to see a more open-minded approach to pet care through holistic means. And I really want the vets to hop on board with this. Next, I would like to see the trend towards understanding pet bereavement. Eco-friendly and eco-conscious products is top on my list. And last, but the most important, I would like 2025 to see a rise in shelter and rescue adoptions, senior pet adoptions, black cat adoptions, and a strong trend declining the designer dogs and puppy milling. I want 2025 to sweep in hard legislation that prohibits puppy mills and backyard breeders. I want huge criminal charges to be laid on individuals who commit acts of cruelty on animals. But I would also like 2025 to be a great year. It sounds like such a round number, one that will bring great things. I really hope that all the animals waiting in shelters and rescues find lovely homes, and those that cross the Rainbow Bridge know they were loved and part of a family. For those curled up on the couch or on the bed or sprawled on the floor, I wish all the cuddles and belly rubs, treats and play. And I would really love to hear from all the listeners as to topics you would like explored. I've also got some great interviews coming up, so stay tuned. Happy New Year, everyone! And remember to keep researching and asking those questions because, as I say, knowing is caring. Thank you for listening to Val Talks Pets. Please remember to follow or subscribe to ensure that you never miss an episode. To really help the show and to make it easier for others to find, please rate and review each episode that you find interesting and helpful. And don't forget that you can also email me at val@valtalkspets.com with topics you would like me to address or with any questions you may have. Also, check out my website at valtalkspets.com and let me know what you think and how we can improve upon it. Thanks for caring!